Digital Electronics, lesson 2.3.2, 7-segment displays. A lot of this will be a multi-sim for 40 points towards your classwork grade. You're responsible for reading the introduction. The equipment we'll use in class for now is just the multi-sim. This is actually multi-sim. All right. And we're going to learn about 7-segment displays. Just follow the directions. Make sure you have multi-sim open, and we go on from there. So first thing we need to do is create this circuit. Make sure we have a common cathode display. We're going to have a little CK up there. Open up a new design in multi-sim. I would immediately file save as this into your proper multi-sim folder. Your library should be getting larger and larger for this. How do we save these? 2.3.2 last name. 7 Seg Display. Okay, it's going to be fun times. So, 1A, we look at this. We need a 5-volt digital ground up here. 7 switches, which we'll rename ABCDEFG. 7 220 ohm resistors. So, let's just start from left to right. Basic, this, let's go with switches. SPDT is a good one. Hit OK. Let's just place 7 of these right here. 1, okay. 2, okay. 3, okay. 4, okay. Oops. We need more switches. We got 4, 5, 6, 7. Close. First thing we should do is flip these horizontally. Right click, flip horizontally so it looks like that. Okay. If you need a bigger paper size, you right click properties here, workspace. Instead of the letter size, let's use the B size. You might get a little more paper space over there, so it looks good. Zoom in a little. I think we need some power sources here. We need a digital ground, not digital underground. The band, so I think we need 2 of these. Put one up here, one down there, and we need a VCC 5 volts. Okay, close. Okay, I'm going to teach you a quick way to do this. Let's connect this to the 5 volt. Right there, like so. And we're going to connect the high side of each switch to that kind of bus line that we created. There's a way to create bus lines on multi-sim, but we're going to do it this way first. So every high side of the switch is connected to VCC. Now, for the top switch, we're going to connect the bottom side to the digital ground. Hopefully we could cut through here. I think we can. Just click, click, then every low side of the switch will get connected here, so we look organized. Doing this really quick. Boom. Oops. If you have a mouse, you could zoom in. Okay. Let's change the names of these switches. So we want the top switch A, letter A, key for toggle. This one should be B. This one should be C. D. Oops. D. This one's E. F. Make sure in alphabetical order. Let's control the 7 segments. You guys might have some intuition on what's going to happen next. Okay. Move this over a little. So, now let's place the 220 ohm resistors. Basic resistor, just type in 220 here, 220. We want the 220 normal, okay. Just try and line them up with these switches on the exit side. 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Right click or hit escape. So now we got 7 switches, 7 resistors. Now we need this common cathode display. I think you click here, indicator. I think it's indicator. Hex display. So we want, there's different colors, 7 Seg Com K orange. I'll just pick Illini orange, Com K orange. Just place that up here. Okay, close. This should be connected to ground because the common cathode gets connected to ground. Then this resistor gets connected to segment A. This one to B. C. Hopefully you don't miss. Oops. A, B, C, D. You might have to zoom in. E goes to this one. Mine doesn't look very neat, but I'm just doing this really fast. F. And this one goes to G. Oops. Kind of lost my way. Oh no. G. Okay. And then you got to connect the resistors to these switches, complete the circuit. Just a bunch of clicking, making a basic 7-segment display circuit so you can learn how a 7-segment display works. Okay, so here we go. 1A, you run it. One segment's on E. Okay, so when A is on alone, A is the top segment. When B is on alone, B is that segment. C is that segment. D is the bottom segment. E alone is that segment. F is that segment. And G, I'm toggling the switches with the keyboard, A, B, C, D, F, G. G is the middle segment. So hopefully you understand how a 7-segment display works. Part B, to display number 0, A, B, C, D, E, F must be on. A, B, C, D, E, F. That displays 0. So what you're doing is just following the activity here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. How do you display a 1? Well, you need to figure that out. So let's just play with the switches. You know, you're randomly pressing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's the number 1. Only B and C are 1. So what you would do is fill in this spreadsheet or write it down. 0 is the letter 1. To display 1 on a 7-segment display, only segment B and C are on. And then I guess one of my other favorite numbers is 7. Oops. I believe the first 3 segments are on and the rest are 0. To verify that, you would go to your multi-sim 7-segment display. If you turn on letter D, that's not a number 7, it's the letter A, 7. Good time to hit save. Make sure you fill out the output table, where this table for the 7 switches determine the settings to display digits 0 through 9 on a 7-segment display. 1C. Let's just use all capital letters. What I'm going to do is just show you how to display a letter J and letter L. You need to pick other letters for your other 10 points. There's a lot of letters you can try and formulate on a 7-segment display. So the letter J would be B, C are on. I think D kind of looks like a J. Let's just accept it. That's the letter J. So only B, C, and B, C, and D are on. So how would that look on this? 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. The letter L. The bottom segment must be on. I think the 2 vertical right segments should be off. And the 2 vertical left segments should be on. I think the L will look better than the J. And of course, the middle segment G is off. So We're going to turn off B and C, turn on E and F. That does look like an L. So that should agree. It is your job to come up with 8 other letters for 10 classwork points, and along with which switches are on and off in the 7-segment display. Okay, so now we're on number 2. Basically, hopefully you know how to count in binary. 0, 0 is something, 0, 1 is something, 1, 0 something, 1, 1 is something. So this circuit is going to do something. Hopefully you can predict it. Now, I would file save as this immediately. Call this 2.3.2 Seven Seg Display Part 2. Let's see what we do. So what you're going to need to do is, we're just going to organize this a little. We're going to, first off, turn off the simulation. We're going to drag this to the right. Okay. You are going to delete. Let's delete these bottom 5 switches here. Okay. So we're going to have the top 2 switches. We could delete this, and then we're going to create this circuit here. So this is going to be key J, keystroke J, and this is a K, JK flip-flop. Let's not have an AB flip-flop, JK flip-flop. So we're going to need a inverter, an and an inverter. So it's TTL. Inverter is 74LS04. I use the N. Gate A, let's just put it right here. And gate B, let's put it right here. Okay. And the third one, let's put it by this one right here. Cool. We also need a 74LS32. Those are the ORs. We need 2 ORs, use the N. Let's put the A gate. This might look convoluted, but it's right there. Let's put the B gate right here. Cancel. Close. Let's highlight all this and drag it over here so we have a little more room. Drag this to the right, drag this over here. Let's see if we can make this work. The circuit's already given to you. So I'm going to work on the bottom circuit first. This one goes to the third from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. That one, which also gets connected to that. And that. Let's see if we could do this. That OR comes from the first inverter. The bottom part of the OR comes from there, and then this comes from there. All right. And then this first inverter is connected to here. And I think this one is connected to here. This one is connected to that one. This one feeds in, oops, sorry, this one feeds into there. This one feeds into there. This inverter only goes to A and D. I'm sorry. A and D, A, B, C, D. B gets connected before the inverter. B connected before the inverter. And then this one is always hot. So we need a VCC. Let's see if we could just Control C, Control V. Can you copy this here? All right, that's cool. And then we connect it here. Okay, so 40 seconds to know what this displays in order. When both switches are at 0, it displays the letter H. I thought it would display the number 0. 0, 1, the letter I. 1, 0, that's the letter G. 1, 1, letter H. So it spells out high, H-I-G-H. I thought it was going to count from 0, 1, 2, 3. So good luck. Hopefully you're able to get through 1 ABC and 2 ABC. So hopefully you get